Assalamu alaikum, dears, how are you? It is generally perceived that money makes the mayor go, that the amount of money you are possessing will decide the kind of life you are going to live. The more money mean, the better life. The lesser money mean, not so good life. Is it true? Do you believe in it? Yes, there is a lot of truth in it, but it's not a total truth. Why? Because there are a good number of the people, despite having a lot of money, their life is not that good. It's not enviable. And on the flip side, there are people not so wealthy at all, but still their life is good one. Once they complete the life and leave the world, people say that yes, this was a good man, yes, this she was a good lady, and they lived their life very well. What does it mean? That the money is important, but there are certain other things which have nothing to do with the money are also very important. Today we have chosen a very different subject to talk about, and that subject is that heading and title is, can you lead a good life without much of the money? The answer is yes. Why? We are going to elaborate it in the next few minutes. So let's begin. If somebody not having much of the resources, what should they do to be able to live a good life? Number one, they need to focus on what matters. They need to focus on what matters. Number one, prioritize relationships. Prioritizing of relationships. Nurture connections with loved ones and build a supportive community. Nurturing the relationship with the loved ones and building a supportive community. That is number one thing. Because the people matter a lot. Number two, cultivate gratitude. Many of the people say, I have nothing in my life. Why to be grateful? And why to practice the gratitude? As a matter of fact, each individual is having lots of things which are precious enough, but they are seen ignoring it. They are seen taking it for granted. They will only realize the importance of it once that is gone, once they are deprived of it. But the intelligent people, the wise people, they don't wait for that moment. They become the grateful people from the very beginning. Take the example of life. Life is given and gifted to us once only. Once somebody dies, even if they spend $1 billion, they cannot take back their life. Look upon those people who were rich and super rich. They died. If they were asked that you can be given another life if you give us a big chunk of money or all of your money, they would have done it instantly. But nobody can offer something like that. What does it mean? It means that your life is extremely precious. So are the other things. But to be able to practice the gratitude, we need to be grateful even about the little things we are possessing. If somebody is having a glass of water, so do you think it is something small? Not at all, because water is life. What if we don't have the water? Can I you or you survive? No, not at all. I do have a cup of tea in front of me. I'm going to take it. So I enjoy the tea. I should be grateful for that. In the same manner, there are plenty and plenty of things which are apparently very small, but actually have a lot of contribution in making our life beautiful enough. So we need to be grateful. So the second point is cultivate gratitude. The third point is find free or low cost hobbies. Engage in activities that bring happiness without breaking the bank. Certain hobbies are very expensive. Another certain hobbies are almost free, are available at a negligible amount of money. So why not to enjoy all those hobbies which are almost free, and anybody, no matter how poor they are, they can avail it. So that was the part one, focusing on what matters. The part two says building resilience. What is resilience? Resilience means being so flexible, be adaptable. Whatever type of circumstances you are having, you should be able to live happily and productively. So that is called building resilience. So somebody want to build the resilience, there are 3 points for all that. Number one, develop a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. View challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. That is called growth mindset. The troubles we are having in our life, the problems we are having in our life, the obstacles, the hurdles, these are excellent if we want to develop our capability, our level of confidence. If we are facing all that happily, it means that we are developing our level of confidence, our experience. Those people who face lot of troubles, they are much more experienced. They, if at all they did it positively, faced it positively, they can develop their confidence a lot. Number two, practice self-care. Take care of physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It cannot be outsourced at all. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Well-being stands for being healthy, happy, and fulfilled. So we need to take care of our body, our mind, and our emotional life as well. So the third point is seek resources and support. Utilize local resources such as food banks, libraries, and community centers. There are, if somebody is not rich enough, is a poor person, so they can utilize whatever is being provided by the government or by the NGOs. The governmental schools and colleges, they are providing the free education. If somebody is poor, they can take their children to the governmental schools and colleges. Likewise, there are governmental hospitals as well. If you cannot afford the private medical services, go and avail the this go and avail the governmental hospitals, basic health units, etc. So that is utilizing the collective affair, collective resources. Now the third segment says creating a fulfilling life. We need to create, I and you need to create a fulfilling life. How can we do that? There are simply 3 points. Number one, set realistic goals. Setting goals on the one hand, but our goals must be realistic, must be achievable, attainable. Why? Because if at all we have set too big goals and we are unable to achieve, it will only increase our hopelessness, our frustration, and will result in the wastage of the time. So it is better that we are setting the realistic goals. Set realistic goals, establish achievable objectives, and work toward them. Once a target has been set, then we need to start working how to achieve it. Number two, find ways to give back. Finding ways to give back. Giving back to whom? To the society, to the needy people. How? By volunteering. Mean sparing some of your time, because a poor man don't have much of the money to donate. So what they can do? They can donate a bit of their time, their energies, their skills. So that is, find ways to give back, volunteer, help others, or participate in the community services. Number three, celebrate milestones. What is this? Acknowledge and celebrate accomplishments, no matter how small. We need to acknowledge and we need to celebrate. We need to appreciate ourselves. We need to reward ourselves. For what? Not only for the bigger achievements, but even for the smaller achievements, even for the milestones. So that is the now at the end of our talk, there are two things to remember. Number one, poverty is not a definition of worth. You are much more than your financial situation. This means that it's not that the more money you are having, the great man you are, not like that. And it's not that you have lesser money but you are not a good person, you are a worthless person, not at all. Money matters. I don't ignore the importance of money, but the kind of person you are, your attitudes, your way of thinking, the way you behave, the way you talk, your knowledge, your expertise, your opinion, your contribution to the society, these all makes you a great person even if you are without a money. Number two, the second and the last thing to remember is focus on what you can control. Concentrate on making the most of your current situation. That one thing alone is extremely important. Why? Why? Because we are seen criticizing, complaining for what is not in my control, what is not in your control. We are seen moaning and groaning. We are seen whining for the things which are not in my control, in your control. Why not to focus and to concentrate upon what does lie in our control? And there are lots of things which actually lies in my own control. So why not to use my control in a better way? Why not to utilize my time and resources in the best possible manner so that it could bring me honor, money, lot of other good things as well. So as far our today's talk and debate is concerned, that is whether you are able to live a good life even without much of the money. So the answer is yes, there are ways to do that. Still, it does not mean that money is useless or worthless. Money matters and matters a lot. But despite the fact that you are not having good money and you are a poor man, still I think you can lead a good life provided you think in a positive manner, you behave in a positive manner, you have got a good attitude. So that's all from me today. Thank you very much.